Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we have such an exciting show as we're going to grab some cauliflower, as you know, heart healthy and affordable, and create an incredible recipe. We're talking crispy roasted cauliflower. And let me tell you, this cauliflower is filled with so many great textures and flavors. The recipe is easy to make, where there's no tricky techniques. And the best part, we're going to serve the cauliflower next to a simple mayo alioli that takes this dish to the next level of goodness. Folks, we're talking a ton of flavors, simple everyday ingredients, and all done in about 40 minutes. All right, let's just jump right into this. I'm going to start by removing the outer leaves from a head of cauliflower. The size of the head that I'm using is 1 pound, which is about 450 grams. And I tell you, you can also use frozen cauliflower florets. You just make sure to thaw them out and pat them completely dry. Then we'll cut the head into 4 evenly sized pieces. Cut off the stem from each piece, and you want to come in on a diagonal slice. And then gently remove the florets. You can do this by hand or even with a knife. And you want to make sure to cut the larger florets into smaller ones. That way they're all similar in size. Then we'll add in the florets into a strainer and rinse them under some water. And finally, we're adding the cauliflower into a salad spinner and spin it completely dry. If you don't have a salad spinner, no big deal. You just add in the cauliflower over a dishcloth and pat it completely dry. For the next step, I'm going to add in the cauliflower florets into a large bowl and drizzle in 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. Important to use the good stuff here. This is what flavors the cauliflower and what helps crisp it up. Then we can get the Spanish one I'm using from Biazzo in the description box below. We'll also add in a 1/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs, which is about 20 grams. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, which is 3 grams. 1/2 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 1.25 grams. And season with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll toss it together until all the florets are coated in that olive oil, breadcrumbs, and seasonings. Then we'll transfer the cauliflower into a baking pan. You want to make sure that all the florets are in a single layer and evenly spaced out. And then we'll add the baking pan into a preheated oven, 220 degrees Celsius, which is 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to leave the cauliflower in there between 25 to 30 minutes or until it's golden and crispy. You want to make sure to get in there at the halfway point and flip each floret. That way all the cauliflower evenly roast. In the meantime, let's make the mayo alioli. I'm going to add in 2 cloves of garlic that I roughly chopped into a mortar, along with a 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which is 0.17 grams. Link where you can get the Spanish golden saffron I'm using in the description box below. And a pinch of sea salt. And using a pestle, we'll pound down on the ingredients until we form a paste-like texture. You can also use a food processor here, stand-up blender, or even a NutriBullet. Then we'll add in 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, which is 120 grams. I'm using low fat, but you can also use full fat, non-fat, or even a plant-based one to veganize this recipe. We'll also add in 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice, which is 5 milliliters. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, which is 15 milliliters. And season with a kiss of sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And whisk it together until we end up with a beautiful creamy sauce. Okay, let's move back to the cauliflower. After roasting it between 25 to 30 minutes and it's golden and crispy, I'm going to remove it from the oven. And once again, I did it in there at the halfway point and flip each floret. That way all the cauliflower evenly roast. For the final step, let's start plating our dish. I'm going to add in the mayo alioli into a serving plate. And then the crispy cauliflower florets. And for the final touch, we'll sprinkle it with chopped parsley. Check it out, our crispy roasted cauliflower is done. Easy to make, beautiful presentation, and all done in about 40 minutes. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Seriously, folks, hard to believe we grab a head of cauliflower and some other basic ingredients and we got such a beautiful looking dish. Moment of truth. Here we go. Take one. That is fantastic. You have that light crispy texture on the outside with so many great flavors from the olive oil, garlic powder, and the paprika. And that mayo alioli rounds out for the perfect balance of goodness with the saffron really shining through. Easy to make, heart healthy. Give this a try at home, either as a topless appetizer or even as a side dish. Either way, it's the kind of food that with each bite, it's gonna fill you with so much goodness. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.